All over it. All over. 5, 4. What's up, guys? I am Goose. We have another blessed map, WCS Daybreak. Most of you love this map. If you don't like this map, well, I guess then you just don't like this map. There's really nothing I can do about it. Good luck, have fun, and you too. A smile from Mr. Ghost. We have in the top right our Zergy buddy WarBandit, Orange Zergy. I guess I can't say Zergy buddy because there's 2 Zergys. In the bottom left we have our purple Zergy Ghost. Wait, where is he? I can't see him. Haha, cheesy caster humor. Yeah, because ZVZ is exciting. Oh, so exciting. I love casting ZVZ. It's probably one of the most intense. I have to put it in the production tab. One of the most intense freaking Zergling versus Zergling Baneling. Oh my god, is he gonna win? Oh my god, I can't tell who's winning. Does he have? It's so much fun to cast. Oh, you guys are in for a treat. To clarify, this is a best of 3. We are in the quarterfinals of the B Team Open, Infinity's B Team Open. We hold every Saturday night, 6 p.m. PST. Come out and play with us! This is game 2. Ghost is up 1-0, if I'm not mistaken. Did I get that right? Did I? Screw it! Ghost is up 1-0. I'm going with it. If I'm wrong, I'll fix it game 3. Or whatever. Or if this ends it and WarBandit wins, then I won't fix it game 3 because it won't happen. Wait, who picked the map? Yep, I'm pretty sure Ghost is up. I'm going with that. ZVZ. I have no idea what happened the first game, so this is just intense. WarBandit's gonna go ahead and expand. He's saving up the minerals. Gotta have an expansion on the way. Ghost is just droning it up. Both of them have their pool at about the same time. And yeah, hatch is down. Yeah. It is not offline. We're online. We're awesome. So WarBandit is scouting his opponent's natural and knows there is no expansion there, whereas Ghost knows there is an expansion there. Took an early gas. Both players actually took gas. Got the Zergling speed on the way. A slight lead to Mr. WarBandit up in the top right, who seems to be slightly outplaying his opponent, although he is behind in drones. If you want specifics, it's 16-14. But Bandit has 2 lings on the way. And the queen is almost done for Ghost, so he did get a jump start in that respect. Oh yeah, and a hatch is down for Ghost as well. I think he just took a slight detour, getting that queen out a little bit faster, getting them injects on. He does have a Baneling nest on the way. Woohoo! So ZVZ, Ling Baneling, making it, doing it, building it, knowing it, loving it. Oh, ZVZ is so intense. So intense. Intense. Attack! It's always like, who 10 pulls, who 6 pulls, who's 7 pulling, who's 14 pulling, who hatched first. Oh my god! And WarBandit has a significant supply lead, and that is due mostly to the 12 lings that he has out on the map, with 8 more in production. So Mr. Bandit's got stuff everywhere, whereas Ghost has just got himself a small little scout pack. Gotta do some scouting. Just 6 lings, 7 lings. How'd I get 7? Where's the 8th? Oh, there it is. Derp and engagement. Not a very good one. And Ghost is gonna lose that one in the long run, as WarBandit has plenty to back that up. Ling speed is done for both of these players, so they will never, ever catch each other. Because retarded. 2 spine crawlers down for Ghost, going down in the main, I'm sure. And he could actually win that engagement if he wanted to. One ling does get picked off as he's dancing around the outside to buy time. Running back to his opponent's base, I'm sure, as the 2 spine crawlers will need some time to finish. Ghost will most likely lose his hatchery, and that usually causes a GG. as it is dang near impossible to recover after losing a base. This is ZVZ. It is so volatile. And Ghost got a couple banelings snuck in out there. Forcing Bandit away. Very nice micro, keeping those lings alive and away from these banelings. That's really what he needed. More lings did pop from Ghost. And Bandit has got a 10 supply lead, which is huge in ZVZ as he has a lot of lings back at home. Starting a spine crawler of his own. We'll see if Ghost chooses to re-expand. It looks like he is going to do so. Did lose a queen there as well. And Bandit has a hefty lead. Quite a few lings, but sometimes those leads can be lost by 1 or 2 good banelings, and a nice little split there, making a few more. And we'll see how they get dealt with. Oh, 1 baneling for 1 zergling, the most efficient trade WarBandit could have possibly made. And loses another baneling. That's so brutal. Oh, brutal, brutal, brutal. Gonna go ahead and try and hide those banelings and make sure they don't get picked off by single zerglings, as Bandit has been trading nice and effectively. 1 ling for 1 baneling is huge, because banelings is what changes these engagements, especially just zergling on zergling. And looks like WarBandit is following the trend and making some of his own. And it looks like Ghost is going to try and do a little scouting of his own, pick off a few banelings himself. Not as successful. Getting some pot shots off on those banelings. Sending out small packs. Gets 1 or 2 there. Ghost is supply blocked at the moment. Must have lost an Overlord back here to a queen. He did indeed. All that action, and here comes the baneling versus the zergling, and a nice trade there, and another, and not so effective there. Trading 1 for 1. Ghost is losing so many, getting out microed in all reality. Already lost a lot of stuff. Dancing those banelings around, doesn't really want to spend them. Not the way you want to go down. Splitting them off. And a huge baneling bust right there. Could get a lot of, just a few go down. Would have liked to see more from Ghost, but it does force WarBandit back. Both still macroing up quite a ton of lings. WarBandit got 26 lings in production. So many lings. And remember, he's already set Ghost back in expansion once. More banelings on the way from Ghost as he's trying to defend with all his might. Losing another baneling there. Explosion does kill those 2 zerglings, but still not an effective trade for Ghost. And more lings are out on the map as they will pick off a few more. Oh, still going for those banelings, and he snipes it! Wow, intense! And WarBandit fully engages as Ghost does not have enough to take this out, but a few good baneling hits could definitely clean up a lot of that army. And Bandit is forced to pull back. Probably more few banelings of his own, as he does. Ghost has good positioning out here of his Overlord to see everything that's coming up the ramp. Of course, Overlord positioning is really easy in ZVZ. You generally just put them everywhere so you can see everything that's coming. He now knows there is roaches out on the field, and that is bad news for his banelings, as roaches absorb hits like no other. Bandit trading out some more banelings for zerglings. And Ling, Baneling, Roach now from WarBandit, as the supply lead is still about 20. Ghost has got himself quite a few spine crawlers. Gotta be feeling safe. Grabbing a macro hatch as well. And more Lings on the way from WarBandit. He's bringing in all his army. Tons of roaches. Trying not to lose everything here. The Lings are taking down as many of the roaches as they can, but there's just so many from WarBandit, and he still has all his banelings, which is more than enough to deal with this. Roaches will tank as much damage as they can, and the banelings really need to get good shots off on all those lings, and I don't think they're going to be able to. They are trying to swing around, but that's not the best angle of approach. Kills a ton of banelings with his own banelings. Don't see that very often, and hopefully the spine crawlers are enough to hold this off as Ghost is bringing in more lings. Queen almost goes down. Needs a transfuse or something. Doesn't have enough energy. Oh, he does have enough energy. Transfuse! 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 Oh, and he's not attacking. He loses all those spine crawlers. More lings and drones are on the attack move command. Loses that queen, which sets him back even more. The bandit's army does get cleaned up. He's just streaming lings across the map right now. Immediately morphing those into banelings. Ghost knows he needs to defend. And lings versus lings. This is where it gets exciting. And a baneling ought to pop and probably take out the rest of that, but I don't know if he needs to at all. He does save them. Very nice decision making, nice control. So Bandit does not have any banelings, just a bunch of lings, and he might lose a few here. Oh, very nice trade. Didn't even lose any banelings on that one, even though that's what they were going for. Ghost catching himself back up in supply. A third base is going down for Bandit. Playing a very aggressive macro game. Remember, there is a macro hatch in the main base for Ghost, so he can produce just as much as his opponent can. Although a macro hatch is in the works for Bandit as well, as he has started that in his main base, and he has the Roach Warren lead. Evo Chamber going down for Ghost, so he's all ling baneling, and he's grabbing a third as well. He's about half done with that. Lots of macro. 3 base ZVZ. Don't see this very often. A lot of stuff is 1 base, maybe 2. And Ghost is going to be forced to defend this, sending a few lings over to push this back. Maybe even kill it off if he gets lucky. A nice surround. Going to pick off those lings. Only lose a couple himself. A fair trade nonetheless. And more lings from WarBandit are going to stream across the map. And he should have spotted that. Send the banelings! Send the banelings! And he might be able to pick off another hatchery from Ghost. And WarBandit would take a significant lead at that point. And he is going to get that hatchery. And that is killer. As the lings are going to run across the map and punish the third of his opponent. He does know that is there. But WarBandit is already defended with roaches. He's going to clean that up with relative ease. Only about half the damage done to that hatch that was needed. Repositioning some spine crawlers. Lair tech on the way for Ghost, so he's going to 2-base it. Roach Warren going down for Ghost. He's about 40 supply behind. This is really detrimental in ZVZ to stay ahead either economically or in supply, as engagements can be everything. But one baneling can definitely turn the tide of battle, especially if most of that supply is in lings. And it seems he's started a hatchery, and I don't think he notices. Oh, I would definitely not start that. Oh, he did! No! And Bandit might be able to punish that and kill it immediately with a baneling, and he does. Another 300 minerals down the toilet for Ghost, and I think he is going to be so far behind at this point, it's nearly unrecoverable. Lair tech is done. What's he doing with it? Not too much. There's no tier 2 units out yet. Mutos would be great. WarBandit is up to 1/16 supply. Not much going on at his third. Mining out his main. And positioning himself aggressively on the map. Sending his roaches across the map. And this is just a ton of roaches. I don't think there's anything that Ghost can do. He's got 12 roaches of his own in production. They are going to probably pop just on time. Plus the army that he has here. Banelings for the lings. He does know this is here. He had Overlord here earlier. Oh, he doesn't. Where's the Overlord? He can see this. There it is. That's a ton of roaches. Sending a little pack of lings to the backside, which is brilliant. Baneling's going to take that out. Try and soak up some roaches. And WarBandit sending in some roaches to smoke a few banelings and absorbs almost all the banelings there. 1 roach for 6 banelings, not too bad. Lings over here tearing apart this base, trying to repay the favor. Just not going to have enough DPS or survival to take this down. Only 3 lings remain, and down to 184 life. That hatchery. You know that hurts. You know that hurts. WarBandit's floating a ton of cash. Got quite an army as well. I'd love to see him just push into this. Roaches versus roaches, pretty good though. Mutas are out for WarBandit as he is teched to full-on tier 2 lair, and there's nothing going on Ghost side, unfortunately. I wish he would have done it earlier. He had the lair a lot faster than his opponent, but these mutas are really going to put Ghost out of the game. There's not going to be much he can do. Roach versus Roach with mutas on the background, definitely going to make the one-sided battles for WarBandit. As his first mutas are out, he's probably going to go ahead and just harass this mineral line, which is dang near mined out. Remember, Ghost has lost 3 full hatcheries to his opponent already, and Bandit has not lost anything. Nearly lost this one, but just not quite. Fourth base going down for Bandit, and he does have a few mutas out on the map. Going to help him control space and definitely win a ton of engagements, as there is no anti-air from Ghost except for those queens. Ghost producing 30 lings and an infestation pit coming out of Bandit. He's going to go ahead and take his extractors, transfer some workers. Bandit's gathering up his Mutalisk Air Force. I think he should hit with this pretty quickly. Ghost is slightly behind on the infestation pit, and by slightly I mean almost one whole infestation pit behind. And the lings are out on the map for Ghost, as he's going to move across and find these mutas and not like what he sees, as they're probably going to pick off some overlords. Lings streaming in the backside, but that is a ton of roaches. Easily going to be able to handle that. They do run by, but mutas are pretty good at getting around the map. Going to smoke these queens down pretty quickly. Whereas the lings are fighting in the main base, trying to take down that hatchery. Not sure why. That one's the one that's low. But Mutalisk tearing apart everything in the main base, going for that infestation pit, getting some overlords on the bounce. Does know everything is in the middle of the map there. Has good vision. No infestors for you. Hydralisk on the map for Bandit, as 10 are just now popping. And a Spore Crawler in the natural. WarBandit going to get himself some roaches if he can. Sees this move out across the map, going for the third as well. There's plenty of spores over here. Picking off whatever he can for free, why not? 4 base to 3 base, and not a lot going on for Ghost. WarBandit's main is mined out, as is Ghost, and his natural is still pretty well. Still doing alright. Ghost pushing out across the map with roaches, but I have a feeling he's going to find out he is definitely outmatched, since Bandit is maxed, does have the air advantage. I know roaches take a lot of damage from mutas, but in the end they still can't shoot up. And here comes the Roach Hydra force from WarBandit, sneaking around the backside. He's going to lose this base. Not going to be too big of a deal though, as these roaches are going to cut these other ones off, and Ghost is going to lose his entire army to Muta Roach. Hydra's not even getting involved. At this point, it doesn't even matter. 1-1 roaches versus 2-1 roaches from WarBandit. The upgrade advantage is definitely there, and I think Ghost is going to go ahead and GG here, realizing that he cannot beat that army. Massing up a ton of lings. 81 supply to 183. WarBandit's got himself a significant lead. Hydra's pretty good. Tons of DPS. WarBandit gathering everything up in the middle of the map. Tripled the supply of his opponent. Killing things here and there. Ghost losing army after army. All those small. WarBandit 34 Zerglings on the way, 30 from Ghost. His production is just so much greater. Mutas are really good against Hydralisks, by the way. Or Hydralisks are really good against the Mutas. Roach is going to step in and go ahead and protect their air superiority. Kill some Lings. Roach, Hydra, Muta. Don't see that combination very often. Stepping right into the natural of his opponent. Might lose quite a few of those Mutas, though. And that base is going to go down, along with a lot of these overlords. And a GG from Ghost. Well played, guys.